Hi, my name is Jason Moore, and this is my story. I rode dirt bikes a lot as a kid growing up. Never really thought about street bikes until about 8 years ago. I started thinking about it, and I've been riding for 5 years. I've done about probably 30,000 miles in the last 5 years. Yeah, kind of disappointed it took me so long to get back into it. Now that I'm doing it again, don't know why I wasn't doing it my whole adult life, but it's a lot of fun. The Ducati Monster is, ever since I first saw one, it's kind of funny, I was in a toy store when one of my kids, several years ago, probably about 10 years ago, and they had a little die-cast Ducati Monster toy. And my kid wanted to buy it for me, and so I had it on my desk at work. And I always said if I ever get a motorcycle, it's going to be a Monster. You know, everybody's got their idea of what the perfect motorcycle is, whether they ride or not. You know, maybe it's a bagged out Harley or a stripped down cafe racer. But for me, you just can't beat the Monster for its looks and its sound and how it rides. And you know, I have other motorcycles, but the Monster's by far the what keeps me in it. Yeah, I love it. I was in the military for 8 years. I spent, it's kind of hard to get, I mean, you can have possessions like bikes and cars, but a lot of times it gets kind of hard to move them. You know, I went overseas to Germany, you know, things like that. And it's just at that time with the age of my kids and stuff, it just never really occurred to me. And when I was getting out of the Army, my wife was trying to, at that time, get me into California, where her sister was. And she said, you know, hey, you've kind of mentioned a street bike every now and then. If we move there, I'll let you get a street bike. And I kind of laughed and shrugged it off. And it wasn't until just a few years ago, I actually was having dinner at a buddy's place, and he says, hey, I want to show you my new motorcycle. And we go out to the garage, and he's got this 98, I think, Monster M750 sitting there. And as soon as I saw it, the light went off, and I told my wife that night that I'm gonna sign up for Team Oregon and get my license, and I'm gonna get one of those motorcycles. So she was pretty supportive with it. So that's kind of how I got back into it. I know some guys, they say, oh, I'd love to ride, but you know, my wife would never let me. You know, I don't want to end up getting killed or something. And my family's not like that. My wife rides. She rides with me. She has her own motorcycle. My kids all would love to get into it. And I know some of their friends make comments of, oh, you got the dad that rides that Ducati, but you know, it's pretty supportive all around. It's like being on a roller coaster when you're out there. There's times where the adrenaline gets pumping. There's times where sometimes you scare yourself a little bit. I try not to run that far on the edge, but you know, overall it's just fun. I commute almost every day to work. Like I said, I'd probably do about 8,000 to 10,000 miles a year on it, and it's kind of who I am. If I'm in a car, it just feels kind of weird. I'm comfortable on the bike, and until I'll be riding until I can't ride anymore. Hi, my name is Jason Moore, and this is my story. Did I say hi first? I think I did.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.